Hello, sweet ones. Welcome back. I am so excited to be here with you guys on our mats, practicing. So come to sit on your mat if you want to grab some water. That would be awesome. Most of you know me. I am Alex. I will be guiding you through your practice. As always, your breath and your body are your primary teachers. I am here just to give you recommendations as we flow today. So come to sit on your mat. I like to use a block to sit on to kind of help bring my hips up and my knees down a little bit. I am very excited about today's theme. It is something very near and dear to my heart that has worked wonders for me, which is a lot of the inspiration to create a yoga class on it and share it. All of the teachings and themes of today are centered around the middle path as the awakening path. This is a teaching from the Buddha. Actually, it is his first teaching he gave after he became enlightened. Buddha means I am awake, awakened one. And the Buddha taught that we all have this Buddha potential of perfect peace and clarity at all times. It's actually our inherent nature. And he taught that we all have this nature. It's called our Buddha potential. So you might be thinking, why are you talking about the Buddha? I thought we were going to do yoga. And we are. The reason I'm bringing this into a yoga class is it actually shoots right into the heart of one of yoga's highest rewards, and actually one of yoga's definitions, which is the cessation of fluctuations of the mind. So as we come to a middle path, a path of awakening, we will notice the reduction of the fluctuations of the mind. So it's this core place that we can rest in and basically witness and experience the constant changing external world around us. So it's a safe place. It's our core that brings us peace and clarity. Amazing. So basically all we're watching for is fluctuations from peace and clarity, which kind of translates into extremes. You know, if we're going too far one way or the other way in thoughts, emotions, beliefs, or actions. So we just kind of want to watch that, and that immediately will allow us to make a decision to kind of come back to a more neutral space, knowing that things around us are always subject to change, but this is a place we can rely on. This core, our Buddha nature, peace and clarity, the middle path is always there for us. And basically we're watching for extremes. So and the two big ones are attachment and aversion. So attachment to things the mind has labeled that we like, trying to cling on to them, trying to recreate them, pulling it in. And then the other one is aversion. So things the mind has labeled that it doesn't like and trying to push that away and resist that. So those are the two big ones. Otherwise, we're watching things like repression, reaction, any types of extremes. We're coming back to the middle place. Okay, so we're going to take the Hakini mudra, which is very simple. We're going to bring the fingertips to meet the fingertips of the corresponding finger on the opposite hand. And as you can see, this mudra is balance. So a lot of the middle path is balance. This mudra, Hakini mudra, means God of the third eye. Third eye is that space in between the eyebrows. It is a sixth chakra, Ajna chakra, the place where we experience truth, unity, higher vision, higher self. So this mudra balances the left and right hemisphere of the brain. It boosts brain performance, concentration, and memory. Enhances our awareness so we can make better decisions. And naturally, all of these things are directly aligned with the middle path as the awakening path, because we need pretty good concentration and awareness to know when we've drifted away from it and the diligence to stay on it. So with your mudra, either fix your gaze or close your eyes and begin to bring your awareness to your third eye, the space between the eyebrow. We are going to inhale through the nose and bring the inhale to the third eye. While keeping your focus there, exhale from the third eye out the nostrils. Inhale through the nose, bring it up to the third eye. Exhale from the third eye out the nose. Keep going. Inhaling through the nose, bringing it up to the third eye. With the attention on the third eye, exhale, bring the breath from there out the nostrils. Practicing concentration, performance, and awakening that middle place within us, our sustainable core of peace and clarity. So as we work with this mudra, this breath work, and our focus on the third eye, we come today to our mats to liberate our mind. Yoga is an ancient science designed to liberate the mind. Couple more breaths, and then we'll move into some movement. Slowly and gracefully lean back and find a shavasana. So resting pose. Feet out, shoulder blades can kind of tuck under the back. Lift the head and place it back down to ensure a nice long spine. Palms can face up. The middle path really teaches that we need to have a good beginning, a good middle, and a good end. So at the start of your practice here, cultivate your good intent to concentrate the mind on the practice. So we're going to have a really good start, a good middle, and a good end. Completely aware all the way throughout. Okay, so we're going to start to move here. Since we are working with the middle, we're going to fire up our core a little bit. Come to bring the soles of the feet onto the mat. And I'm just trying to see where you guys can see me here. And then bring your feet at 90 degrees up. Bring your fingertips behind your head, elbows wide, And then on an exhale, we are going to extend the right leg and reach the right elbow to touch the left knee. Inhale, come back 90 degrees in the legs, elbows wide. Exhale, straighten the left leg and take the left elbow to the right knee. Inhale, come back. Exhale, right elbow, left knee, right leg straight. Inhale, come back. Exhale, left leg straight. Keep going. One more each side. Exhale, relax back down, Shavasana. Soles of the feet come to the ground. And we're gonna sit up and find that fleshy bit in our bum that's in between the tailbone and the sits bones. So we're gonna balance there, bring our feet off the ground, and then extend our hands alongside our shins. Heart is bright, so we're not caving in the chest. On an exhale, we're gonna extend our legs long, sit back, nothing but the bum is touching. Inhale, come back. Exhale, nice and long. Inhale, come back, boat pose. Inhale, go back. Exhale, sit up. 2 more. Good, exhale. Soles of the feet come to the ground, lay down. And you can bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a big hug. A nice big squeeze. Maybe rocking and rolling. Just warming up the core a little bit, the middle of the body. It's easier to come back to something when we can be physically aware of it. And then begin to rock and roll up your spine and come over into a tabletop. Beautiful. So shoulders are over wrists, hips are over knees. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, stay here. Now we'll move into some cat and cow. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, C curve in the spine, belly button to spine. Gaze draws towards belly button. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, push into the mat, open the heart. Exhale, curve through the spine, push the mat away. Keep going, inhale, cow belly. Exhale, cat, angry cat. Inhale, drop the belly, just waking up the spine, stretching out some of that core work. Okay, inhale, come back to a nice flat spine, nice and neutral. And then we're gonna take our right toes behind us, toes are tucked. And then from there, we're gonna lift the left leg. On an inhale, lift the left arm, nice and long. So from the tips of our fingertips to the heel of our foot, one straight line, like someone can serve a buffet dinner off of our back. Inhale, grow long, and exhale, round the spine and draw the elbow and the knee together underneath the chest. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, curl the spine, elbow and knee touch. Inhale, long. Exhale, curl, elbow to knee. 2 more. Inhale, long. Exhale, push into the mat, draw the back high. Inhale, nice and long. Last one. Inhale, touch them. And set it back down, tabletop. Let's do one cycle of cat-cow. Drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, cat. Find a neutral spine, nice and long. Tuck the toes of the left and straighten the left leg. On an inhale, draw that leg up, nice and long. And then extend your right arm long. So buffet table, balance. On an exhale, draw the knee and the elbow together. Make space by pulling the back up. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, draw them together. Inhale, long. Exhale, knee, elbow touch. 2 more. Inhale, long. Exhale, touch. Inhale, long. Exhale, knee and elbow touch. Tabletop. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, cow. Exhale, push into the hands, push the mat away, round the spine, gaze towards the belly button. 1 more. Good. Come back to find a neutral. Inhale, lift the right leg long. Exhale, pull the knee through, round through the chest to make room for that leg and step it through between the hands. Inhale, come on up, low lunge. So just have a check that your knee is over the ankle. And if you want to, you can kind of pull your mat in to soften the space underneath the left knee. Your choice. Nice and low through the lower body, and from the torso, re-reach high. Relax the shoulders, lift the crown of the head. On an exhale, bring your left hand forward, right hand back, open the chest towards the right. And hold. So inhale, grow nice and tall. And exhale, open wide. Almost as if your hands are up against a wall, and you can use that wall to help straighten out your arms. Let's take 1 more breath. Inhale, come back up to low lunge. Exhale, plant the hands, tabletop. Let's do a cycle of cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, push into the mat, round the spine, and enjoy some back body space. Neutral spine. On an inhale, left leg lifts behind us. Exhale, curl the spine, pull the knee through and step the foot in between the hands. Inhale, raise it up, low lunge. Check that knee is above ankle. And maybe pull your left hip back ever so slightly so the right can come forward and the 2 hips are parallel to the front of your mat. Relax the shoulders, and again, draw the top of your head towards the sky. On an exhale, right hand comes forward, left hand comes back, open to the left. Inhales bring us tall, and on the exhales, we can draw the belly button to the spine and twist from there. Breathe. One more breath. Inhale brings you back to low lunge, arms high. Exhale, plant your hands, tabletop. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, curl the tailbone, round the spine, drop the head. Come back to a neutral. We're going to take our right foot off 45 degrees from our mat. And then we're going to lean weight into that right side, so the right hand and the right knee, and bring the foot out long side beside you, so it's lifted. Arm comes up. So this is like a half moon, a modified half moon. You can stay here or bend the left knee and reach for the left foot with the left hand. Kick into the hand with the foot to open the heart towards the middle of the mat. Heart opening towards the middle way. Breathe. Release the bind if you have it. Leg goes long, arm goes high. Come back, find a tabletop. One cycle of cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly. Collarbones wide. Exhale, push the mat away as you round into the spine and gain back body opening. Neutral spine. Left shin comes off 45 degrees. And we're going to shift our weight into the left side as we bring the left leg straight out and the right arm straight up. So nice sharp lines here. Modified half moon opening to the middle of the mat. Stay here or bend the right knee and reach for the right foot with the right hand. Kick into the hand to open the chest. Breathe. Last breath. If you have the bind, release, straighten the leg, lift the arm. Exhale, bring it back down to tabletop. Inhale, cat, cow. Exhale, cat. Neutral spine. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, round the spine, draw the knee forward, plant the foot in between the hands. And then we're really gonna lean into this front left thigh. So we're going for a quad stretch here. So you might wanna walk your right foot out a little bit more than normal if you were to come up, maybe not. And then feel that beautiful opening through the left quad. Exhale, pull back the hips and come onto the heel of the right foot, toes flexed, drawing towards the knee, hamstring stretch on the right. Inhale, come forward, stretch the left quad. Exhale, draw back, knees come towards, toes comes towards the knees, hamstring stretch. Inhale, come back. So we're gonna stay. You can hold this or plant your left hand, bend into the right knee and bend into the left knee and reach around with the right to grab the foot of the left. If you have the bind, pull your butt towards the heel of the left foot. And then with those two zipped together, then lunge forward. So if you're binding, you've got weight into the left hand, the butt and the heel of the back leg are zipped up, and then we're lunging forward. Breathe. If you have the bind, release it. No slingshots with the back foot. Control it coming down. Plant the hand. Step back. Tabletop. One cycle cat-cow. You know what to do. Find your neutral spine. Inhale, lift the left leg long. Exhale, draw it through. Plant the foot between the hands. And then we're going to stretch the right calf now, or the right quad now. So you might want to wiggle the left foot forward a little bit so you can lean into that foot while the knee remains over the ankle. So nice straight line here. We don't want any of this. You can't see that. We don't want any of this. We want nice straight. Okay, now we're gonna pull on the exhale, the hips back and come onto the heel of the left foot, foot flexed. Nice stretch down the back side of the left leg. Inhale, come forward. Stretch on the front side of the right. Exhale, back. Flex the foot, hip over knee on the right side there. Inhale, come forward. Stretch it out. Okay, we're gonna stay here or plant the right hand, bend into the right knee, and reach around with the left hand to grab the foot of the right. If you're with me here on the bind, pull the butt back so it connects closer to the heel of the right, and then with that closeness, then lunge forward. If you're with me on the bind, chest is nice and open to the left, and enjoy wherever you are. Breathing. Good. Release the bind, control that foot as it goes down. Plant the hands, step back, tabletop. Okay, take one more cycle of cat-cow. And then we're gonna tuck the toes and find our first downward facing dog. So lift the hips and weight can come into the feet and into the hands. So plug the fingertips into the mat. They are fully engaged. Open the chest, open the armpits towards the mat. And you can take a generous bend in the knees. That's no problem. And it's okay if the heels don't come down as well. What we're looking for is length in the spine. So walk it out, bending into one knee, bending into another knee, straightening the other. Whatever movements feel good here. Maybe come to find some stillness. And then we are going to take little baby steps to walk our hands up, our feet up in between our hands. Yes, okay. Arrive in a forward fold. So move some weight into the balls of the feet, not so much weight in the heels. Shine the pelvis up towards the sky. Become heavy in the top body. If it's good, bend into the knees and rest the torso on the thighs. Whatever works. If you want to straighten the knees, keep a bend in them. We're just kind of stretching out the back of the body right now. Relax the head. Nice big breaths into the back of the body. Okay, we're going to inhale. Bring the hands to the shins. Lift the upper body parallel to the floor. Halfway lift, nice and long. Exhale, fold. 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen the spine from the tailbone to the top of the head. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice and long. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. Take a little bend in the knees and we're going to ragdoll ourselves up. So tuck the tailbone as you start to stack one vertebrae upon one vertebrae, nice and slow. Knees are the last thing to straighten. Shoulders come up towards the ears, drop down the back, palms open to the front of the room. So feel into the 4 corners of your feet. That is each side of the ball of the foot and each side of the heel. Maybe from here you can lift your toes and feel those 4 points of engagement. Keeping that, lower your toes starting with your pinky toe one by one. Good. Lift into the knees. That'll bring a slight tuck to the tailbone, belly button to spine. Relax the shoulders and draw the roof of the mouth to the sky. Tadasana. You can either fix the gaze or close the eyes. Just take a quick moment here to turn in. Blink the eyes open if they're closed. We're going to move through some sun salutation variations. Inhale, lift the arms up, gaze follows. Exhale, fold from the hips. Inhale, hands to shins, extend the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Ankles over toes, shoulders over wrists. Drop the knees, elbows graze the side body as you lower your chin and chest. Inhale, come through to cobra. So we're on the tops of our feet and weight into the pelvis so that the knees lift. Exhale down. Put weight into the feet and the pelvis so that the knees lift, and lift the back of the heart and open the front of the heart. Exhale down. Let's do cobra one more time. So push into the tops of the feet, the pelvis, lift the heart, squeeze the back body, shoulder blades come together. Exhale through tabletop, downward facing dog. You can take little steps or one big step so your feet come in between your hands, arrive in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice and long. With that length, fold from the hips, heart leads, forward fold. Inhale, arms go wide, we're coming up. Arms lift, gaze lifts. Find your Hakini mudra, so fingertips touch, and bring it into your heart. Balancing the left and the right, the yin and the yang, the good and the bad, the likes and the dislikes. Inhale, lift the arms, gaze can follow. Exhale, forward fold, heart leads. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Can you step back with the other foot first from last time, downward facing dog? Inhale into plank. Exhale, take the knees. We're going to lower the torso halfway, elbows graze the side body. Once we're halfway at 90 degrees in the arms. Inhale, stand on the tops of the feet and the foot. No sagging in the hips. Open the chest. Engage the glutes. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can take one big step or many little steps to bring your feet in between your hands, arrive in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice and long. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise it up, arms wide. Find your Hakini mudra, bring it in front of your heart, rest your gaze, close your eyes. Boosting performance, concentration, enhancing awareness, better decisions. Release the mudra. Inhale, lift the arms, lift the gaze, nice and tall. Exhale, fold forward, hinge in at the hips. Inhale, hands come to shins, nice and long spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. You can take either two of those variations before with the knees down, or exhale halfway and inhale your back bend. So engage the back body, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take one big step or multiple little steps to bring your feet in between your hands. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise it up. Nice wide arms. Exhale with your Hakini mudra and bring it to the heart. Coming back to my core, the middle path, right in the middle of me. Okay, you guys, we're going to move into chair pose. So bend the knees, sit the hips back. Make sure that you can see your toes in front of your knees and kind of dig into the heels and find that reservoir of strength there. Once you're there, hands come up. Nice long spine. Belly button to spine to engage the core. Bring your hands to your heart. On an inhale, nice long spine from here. And exhale, bring the outside of the left elbow to the outside of the right knee and twist to the right. Have a glance at your knees. Make sure that the left knee hasn't jutted out too far in front of the right. If it has, just bring them in line. Let's take one more breath here. Inhale, undo the twist. Stand up, hands rise. Exhale, sit back into your chair. You can either have your hands at your heart, hands high. Let's feel this chair for a minute. Sink low in the hips, weight into the heels, chest lifts. Okay, bring your hands to your heart if they're not already there. Inhale from your tailbone to the top of your spine, nice and long. And then exhale, take the outside of the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Twist to the left. Breathe. On your next inhale, come back to center. Lift the arms. Right away, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. We're going to flow, so step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees up or down, lower, all the way or halfway. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. I'm going to inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, stack the right hip on top of the left hip, bend the right knee, fire hydrant pose. Level out the armpits so the right isn't too much higher than the left. The ideal is that they are equal. Inhale, straighten the knee, neutralize the hips, and exhale, pull your right leg through, step it in between your hands, and set up for low lunge. So we're on train tracks. We're not in one direct line, so we've got a nice stable base. We're high on the balls of the left foot. Again, right knee is over ankle. You can bring your hands to your knee. When you're feeling stable, lift it on up. High lunge. Beautiful. So if you want to bend the left knee a little to tuck the tailbone, and then with that tuck, begin to straighten the left leg out. Pretty big opener through the psoas, through the quads. Okay, bring your hands to your heart, and we're gonna step forward with the back leg a little, keep the right bent. Lift the left as you lean the top body forward, toppling tree. So from our heel to the top of our head, we're a nice one straight line. So how far you take this is up to you. Couple breaths here. Take a micro bend into that right knee. Drop the left hip a little. It's a great opportunity to practice your focus, your concentration. Okay, one big step back, land that lunge again. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, we're gonna plant the left hand and then open up to the right. So plug the right hip back into the socket a little bit here. And maybe you're feeling, I feel quite a big IT band stretch on the outside of my right thigh. Pressure into that left hand to open up the chest. Beautiful. Plant the right hand, step back, plank, and exhale, flow. Lowering down. Inhale, squeeze the back body, open the front. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Right away, left leg lifts. On an exhale, stack the left hip over the right and bend into the left knee. Even out the armpits. So the twist is really coming from like the pelvic region versus the upper body. Straighten the leg, neutralize the hips, and exhale, pull the left foot forward, plant it in between the hands. We've got a high lunge on the left side, so knee over ankle on the left, high on the balls of the right. Inhale, up you come. If you want to put your hands on your hips, make sure that they're neutral. Oftentimes, the right needs to come forward a little and the left back a bit. With that, keep the lunge and keep the back of the right knee drawing towards the sky. Right back knee. Beautiful. Relax the shoulders, draw the ribs in. Enjoy a full cycle. Hands come to heart. Walk that back leg in a little bit. Begin to straighten the left, lift the back leg, and flow the top down a bit. So they're nice one line. You don't have to go far here. You can even have the toes touching on the mat. Wherever you are, right hip drops just slightly so hips are still neutral. Take it as far as you want. One more big breath. And then take a big step back and land that lunge again. Hands come up. Exhale, plant the right. Open up to the left. It's a juicy stretch. So bright on the balls of the foot of the right. Knee is open, the back of the knee is open to the sky. Left hip is plugged into the socket. And chest is bright to the left. One more big cycle here. Plant the hands. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale into plank. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Let's take some nice, big, juicy breaths here. Maybe feel how the shape has changed for you. Engagement in the fingertips, opening through the armpits. Nice long spine. So we're going to move into a yogi squat. You can look at me, or you can walk your feet, or you can hop them to land at 45-degree angles. Knees tracking in the same direction as the feet. If the feet don't touch the ground, you can roll up the back of your mat and put them there, or you can just stay here if this is enough. Otherwise, we're dropping the hips and bringing our hands into the heart. One day, our heart And our shoulders are going to stack directly above our hips. We'll be in one nice tall line. Watch here that you're not caving in. It's not going to hurt you. You're just not going to get the most out of this posture. So nice bright chest. Bring space into the collarbones. I even kind of like to put a little pressure on the inside of my knees here to help open my hips. That's totally up to you. Option here to bind. So you can take your right hand underneath your right knee, lift the left hand up and over and go for crab claws behind you. Open the chest up to the left. And take one more breath. Unbind, come back to center. Take the left hand under the left knee. Palms now facing the back of the room. Lift the right hand up. Oh, sorry, the back palm's facing the body and the right hand faces the back of the room to go for crab claws. Open the chest up to the right. I am feeling this practice. Let me tell you what. If you've binded, undo it. Plant your hands, lift the hips. And heel toe your feet back to hip width distance apart. And let's take a forward fold here. So you can just dangle. That's great. You can reach for opposite elbows. You can take the peace fingers and wrap them around the big toe. Take your elbows out, drop the head, and kind of use that to help pull your upper body down a little bit. Wherever you are, remember, always in forward fold. We've got more weight into the balls of the feet and less into the heels. This helps open the pelvis, and that helps drop the heart. Use your head as a pendulum. Relax the head. You can nod yes, shake no. Okay, undo any bind that you might have. We're going to inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to heart. And bring your hands to your side. So we're going to do a standing figure four. So lift your right foot, lean your weight into your left, lift your right foot, cross the right ankle over the left knee, flex the foot, and then pull the outside of the right knee towards the back of the room. Then sit low as if we're in that chair again. And kind of put your bum out. And you should be feeling a stretch on the outside of your right leg. Keep that foot flexed. Keep the knee drawing towards the ground. And keep the bum back. This doesn't have to be too challenging. Just enough to get the stretch, okay? We're opening up our legs here to move into eagle. And then from there, warrior three, which will kind of be like our peak pose here, our peak place of concentration and focus. Okay, good. We're gonna stand up and release the right leg down. Shake out the legs a little bit. Okay, eagle pose. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, bring the right underneath the left. If this is too much, you can just grab opposite elbows. Otherwise, if you're here, pull the elbows up and the forearms away from you. So you've got a nice 90-degree or more, and you can feel the opening in between the shoulder blades. Sit back into your chair, shift your weight into your left foot, and bring the right leg over top of the left knee. You can stay here. You can take a bind with the bottom foot, Wrap the bottom foot around the lower leg of the left. Wherever you are, elbows up, hands draw away from you. And we want to be as if we're sitting up against a wall. So nice tall spine. Heart is over hips. And breathe. Squeeze the legs and the arms into one another. That is a core piece right here. Okay, and then we're gonna fold over our legs so the elbows can come over the knees. Nested eagle. Rest here. Yes, this is rest. And then we're gonna move into warrior three. So your right leg is gonna come up as you stand onto your left and shoot back. Keep your eagle arms. You can take a little bend into that left leg. That'll help you balance. Pull the core up, the head long. One more breath. And then with that back leg, step back and land a lunge. Beautiful. I'm a little wiggly. Inhale, arms lift, heart opens, back bends. Exhale, undo the bind, plant the hands, step back, plank. Exhale, flow. Lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, open the front body. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, we're coming into yogi squat again. So you can walk the feet up, or you can bend into the knees, come onto the balls of the feet, and kind of find some buoyancy to make a jump forward. Drop the hips. And yogi squat. Even have my Hakini mudra here. Okay, let's just take some restorative breaths. I know I need to. Plant the hands, lift the hips, heel toe the feet back to hip width. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, lift the arms. Exhale, hands come to heart. So we get to do that all again on the other side. Shift the weight into your right foot, lift the left, bend the knee, cross the ankle over the right knee, and sit back into your hips. I find the more I kind of shoot my hips back here, even just energetically, boom, I can feel that stretch so much more. Knee draws towards the ground, foot is flexed, so the toes are drawing towards the knees. This protects the ankle, this protects the knee. And we're just gonna feel this stretch here. Good, stay with it. One more breath. Stand up, release the left foot, shake it out a bit. Inhale, lift the arms. And on an exhale, drop the arms, bring the left underneath the right, either grabbing for opposite elbows is perfect if this is where you are, or cross against the hands and the palms meet. Elbows lift, hands draw away from you. Sit back into your chair, weight goes into the right, left leg lifts over the right, stay here, or wrap your left foot around the back of your right calf. Nice and tall. Elbows lift, hands draw away from us. We can feel the stretch in the back body. One more breath. Keeping the legs as they are, fold the upper body over the legs so elbows come over the knees. Nested eagle. We're just practicing balance. So if we play with balance, we can learn balance. This is a big part of the middle path. So be easy with yourself. If it's not so easy right now, at least you're practicing it. Okay, inhale, straighten the right leg a little bit and reach the left out behind you. Warrior 3, eagle arms. Focus. Stay with it. And then land that left foot back behind you. Lunge. Reach up with the elbows, arch the back. Exhale, undo the arms, plant the hands. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come into plank. This is our last flow, make it good. Exhale, halfway or all the way. Inhale, your back bend, squeeze. Exhale, downward facing dog. Drop the knees down, come to lay on the front body. Take one hand in front of the other and place your forehead on your hands. Reverse Shavasana or crocodile pose. And take a really good rest. Use your breath to slow the heartbeat. Active recovery. We are about the middle, well, we're past the middle of our class, but this is a time for us to remember the middle path requires a good beginning, a good middle, and a good end. So we're going to check back in with our intention that we cultivated at the beginning for concentration on our practice. Lift the head, pull the hands back, and slide back into your child's pose. So toes together, knees wide, hips come to heels, heart lowers towards the earth, arms out in front. If you want to take a sip of water right now, it's a good time. Come back into your child's pose. And I'm going to read something to you. Both discrimination and willpower are necessary. Remolding your consciousness means exercising free will, guided by discrimination and energized by willpower. Discrimination is your keen eyesight, and will is your power of locomotion. Without will, you may know what is right through discrimination and yet not act in it. It is acting on knowledge that gets you to your goal. So both discrimination and will are necessary. Willpower is easy to develop. Try first for small accomplishments. Gradually, you will get rid of tendencies you thought you could not overcome. Watch your consciousness. Develop the habit of self-examination, of watching and analyzing your thoughts and behavior. When there are telltale signs of bad habits or inclinations, that is the time to discriminate and overcome with willpower. Inhale, come on up when you're ready in your time, slowly, to a tabletop. We're going to tuck the toes and come to stand on our knees. So we're going to move into camel. I'm going to take a nice back bend heart opener. Bring your hands onto your low back as if you had like pockets in your jeans. Draw your elbows in towards one another. That right there is already going to open your chest. You can stay here And you can kind of put some pressure in your hands to usher your hips open forward. Lift through the heart, so nice and tall heart. And if it's there, then reach back. But we're looking for the lift before the bend. Draw the elbows together. Energetically pull the thighs together. And if it's there, reach for your ankles with your hands. Lift the heart, push into the hips, and breathe down the front body. We will come out the same way we entered. So if you have your hands on your ankles, bring your hands back to your lower back. With your core, pull your upper body up. Sit back, child's pose. Toes together, knees wide. So keeping your hips where you are, move your hands off to the right side. Right side. Keep that left hip anchored into that left heel. And breathe up and down that left side. You should be feeling some nice juicy openings. So we've done a lot of side body work, a lot of core work. This is because we're trying to open our core and find it so we can sit in it. But we've also cleansed out the side body so we don't get stuck too far on one side. On an inhale, bring your hands back to center. And exhale, walk them over to the left. Right sits bone anchors to the right heel. Juicy right side stretch. Cleansing out both sides of the body. Bringing light there, bringing breath there. Almost like a reset. Inhale, come back. Child's pose in the center. Feel the middle. What does the middle path mean to me? Inhale, come up to your tabletop. Nice neutral spine. Inhale, lift the right leg long. Exhale, bring your right foot to the outside of your right hand. We're going to go into lizard pose. So I here right away, I know I need to pull my left knee back a little bit in order to keep my right knee over my right ankle. And here you have options. So you can stay right here, kind of drop into the hips by keeping the spine nice and long. That right there is super juicy. You can come on to you can turn your foot out 45 degrees and come on to the outside edge of your right foot. The knee will open. Keep that right foot flexed, so toes drawing towards knees to protect the knee. You can stay here. You can bring, if you want to go further, leave weight in the left. Bring your right hand to the inside of the right thigh and just kind of help open it a little bit. Help it externally rotate. So we're pulling the inside out type of idea with the external rotation. You can stay here or bend the left knee and reach around with the right hand to grab that right. If you're there, pull the butt towards the heel of the left, bring them closer together, and with that closeness, then lunge forward. Lots happening here, big openers. Wherever you are, breathe into the sensation. Stay present. Remember why you started. If you have the bind, control, bring the left foot down, right foot in, right hand to plant, and back to tabletop. Woo. Inhale, left leg long. Exhale, draw the left foot to the outside of the left knee. I gotta walk my right knee back a little bit. But either way, we're looking for where we can feel a nice stretch in the right back leg. And that again, always our knee is over our ankle. So this helps with weight bearing. There's less stress on the body in general. Stay here, or turn the left foot out 45 degrees. Come on to the outside edge of the left foot. Keep the left foot flexed, so knees, toes drawing towards the knees. Stay here, or firmly plant the right, bend into the right knee and reach around with the left hand and grab the right foot. Pull the butt back towards the heel, and with that closer lock, then lunge forward. Breathe. The butt closer to the heel also helps with core stabilization, so we're not drooping into the center of the body. This whole practice is based around very strong core. If you have the bind, with control, release the right foot down, bring the left hand back, and back into tabletop. Pull your feet out to one side, sit your bum back, and bring your feet in front of you. So we're going to go for a forward fold here. I like to pull the flesh out and really feel my sits bones anchor. Sit nice and tall on an inhale. Flex the feet so toes are drawing towards you. And then exhale, lead with the heart, fold. Hands can come to knees, shins, ankles, feet one day. Nice long spine. So inhale, lengthen the spine as if we're in a halfway lift. And with that length, exhale, bring your heart closer towards your knees. Keeping the feet flexed, heels pushing away from you, toes drawing towards you. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Micro movements, but just to get that length. Exhale, fold. It's like you're folding up and over. Breathe into this, into the back body. Maybe you're feeling it on the back of the legs and the lower back. Wherever you're feeling it is right where you need to be feeling it, so stay with it. And then you can become passive. So relax everything and just be here. From here, gravity will do the work. A few more breaths here. Slowly come on up on an inhale. And then as you're sitting up, bring yourself down to lay in your back. We're going to move into banana pose. So straighten everything out nice and neutral. Bring your arms overhead. Keeping your hips where you are. Walk your shoulders off to the right. And then your hands overhead can go off to the right as well. Hips where they are, begin to walk your legs over to the right. So we're getting a stretch along the entire side of the left side body. If you like, you can put the right foot on top of the left and grab the left wrist with the right hand. This shouldn't be too intense. Just being able to feel it a little bit at first is perfect. So that's kind of the sweet spot we're looking for. And breathe up and down that entire left side. On your next inhale, slowly start to walk your body back to neutral. So you can start with your legs and then your upper body. And then let's move over to the left. So walk your shoulders over and your arms up head over on the left side. Walk your legs over to the left. Hips stay right in the middle. Maybe the left foot comes over the right foot if that's comfortable, like you're crossing your feet. And then breathe into the beautiful side of the right. Balance. One more big, juicy, slow breath. And inhale, come back to center. Walk yourself back to neutral. We're going to go for a twist. So bring the soles of your feet to the ground, knees are bent. Push into your feet to lift the hips and move them towards the left. Drop the knees to the right. Open your arms to either a cactus or straight out side by side. And gaze can go over the left. So just letting gravity do its job here. We're really just relaxing. Trying to get the left shoulder to touch the ground. You can close your eyes. Stay internal. Receive one more full cycle of breath. Using your core on an inhale, draw your knees back towards the ceiling. Soles of the feet come to the mat and neutral out your spine, so no, nice and straight. Push into the feet, lift the hips, shift them to the right, and drop your knees to the left. Trying to keep the right shoulder planted towards the earth. Gaze can go over the right. Maybe closing the eyes, staying with it. Even these more passive postures, staying with it mentally. Using your core on an inhale, bring your knees back up. Hips neutral, so straighten out the spine. You can go for a happy baby here if you like. Maybe you want to just windshield wiper the knees. Maybe you want to take the feet wide and knock the hips in, the knees in towards one another. Let's take some last movements here. And then in your time, come to join me in a seat. Let's take the Hakini mudra. Hold it right at our heart. Close our eyes. Move the attention to our third eye. And inhale up towards the third eye. Keeping the attention there. Exhale from the third eye out the nose. Staying with it, knowing that this right here is helping you liberate your mind to experience more joy. All your focus, all your attention at the point in between the eyebrows. Inhale the nostrils up into the third eye. Exhale from the third eye out the nostrils. One more minute. Understand that this right here could bring you the juiciest fruits of the entire practice. Focus. Bring the mind back. You can stay in this shape or make your way back to Shavasana. Find your final resting pose, whatever that looks like today. As we find ourselves at the end of our practice here, with heightened awareness, we remember that in anything we pursue, we must have a good beginning, a good middle, and a good end. So with conviction, stay committed to ending with the same intention of which you began. Concentration. It is possible to concentrate and relax at the same time. Often we're just learning that balance. Again, that middle way of effort and ease. What man needs in order to have a successful and satisfying life is evenness of mind. This can be obtained only by concentration, mastery of the mental faculties. Paramahansa Yogananda. Take nice deep breaths, lengthening the breath. You can begin to move your fingers and your toes, waking the body back up. Welcome to enjoy a big morning style stretch, arms overhead. And come to roll onto one side of the body, your choice. Fetal pose, fetal posture. Know that this is your rebirth. Every time we come to practice, we get to choose what we pick up again and what we leave behind. This nature, our inherent nature of peace and clarity, is always there, and what we layer on top of that is what we deal with. Come up, find a seat. Thank you so much for your attention, your concentration, your awareness, your willingness, your effort. I see all of it, and I am so thankful. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.